Throughout all of 2025, I used dumbbells and body weight for my home gym setup. And while that worked very, very well and was fun for that entire year, I am looking to kind of change things up and try going back to my resistance bands build to see if I can optimize that and build it into the current plan that I'm having and see how that goes. So with that, I'm going to cover the equipment I will have and start with in 2026. This may give you some ideas on items you might want to add to your home gym if you're using resistance bands in order to try and get the best results while using that modality. With that, let's jump into all 10 items in this list so that you can start on your home gym. By the way, this is the cheapest option if you're looking to save some money going into the new year. So the first item in the list is of course the resistance bands, and these are loop resistance band called Serious Steel bands, and they have been my favorite for a while. However, they are on the costly side, but with that you do get very high quality bands with the purchase. For me, I did have to wash them in order to get some of the manufacturing dust off it, but from there, these have been great and my go-to since I purchased them a while back. Next up is the Geku Resistance Bands bar. This thing actually comes in 3 different kind of pieces with hooks on the end, allowing you to break it down and put in something like a backpack for easy travel. So when I'm actually not using this thing, I do break it down and put it in a backpack hanging up on my wall, so it takes up almost no space when I'm not using it, which is great. But this thing is awesome, especially the aluminum version that has knurled handles. And if you get the extra thick hooks on the end, you can make sure that the bands don't end up bending, which I've done in the past, so that these can last for a very, very long time. So next up is the Geku board. And I like to use a board in order to protect my ankles from force being applied on the outside of my ankles, pushing inward to the midline of my body. That way I don't create any weird injuries over time. Again, as you start using really thick bands, there can be a lot of tension pushing in depending on the positioning of your feet. It also standardizes each one of your lifts because the bands are always the same stretch underneath the board. So you're not separating your feet beyond that. They're always the same. That way you can make sure that each time you're doing this, you have the standard same tension each time, where you only need to upgrade the bands if you want more tension for progressive overload. So I highly recommend some kind of standing platform, and I'm going with the Geku board to start out the new year. My next item is the Acme J hook handles. And handles for some reason are an item I don't see in a lot of the other builds online for resistance bands, but I think they are essential for many of the exercises that I do perform in my workout program. So with that, again, I like the Acme or ACBEE J hook handles. I've used them for multiple years, and I've also used them for things like pull-ups when I want to do maybe something like hammer style on a straight bar. That way I can put them on the pull-up bar itself and do them that way. I've also used them for just like normal dead hangs and things, so they come in handy not just for the resistance bands, but for other bodyweight movements as well. Now the final item of the first essentials section is a backpack, and I'm going with the Marting Top 25-liter backpack. It's actually the one I also use with my dumbbell setup for things like weighted pull-ups, but for this one, I'm actually using it mostly for storage. So when I'm not using my resistance bands in the setup, I'm putting everything except for the standing platform, as it doesn't fit, into the backpack, and then I put it up on my wall, keeping it out of the way. So again, it goes just into my closet on the side here and stays out of the way, so I don't even see it when I'm not working out. So again, it is just a storage thing. You can use it to travel with if you'd like, but again, it's nice and simple, allows me to put everything inside it and keep everything nice and tidy, even some of the items coming up in the rest of this list. So all the pricing you see here is from December 15th, 2025. So if you're seeing this later, the prices might have changed, but I'm going to go with the pricing I'm seeing now. But if you bought all these on Amazon as of shooting this video, the price to you would be $355.86, which is actually pretty cheap if you're looking to build a home gym versus other ones on the market today. But with that, let's take a look at my next section. So again, these aren't essential, but they do help to improve the build quite a bit if you have the money to do so, and here's the order I would buy them in. The first item is actually an extension to the Geku bar, as it allows me to do ab rollouts. Now, this is something I have in my personal plan, so maybe this goes down on your list if you're not going to have ab rollouts in your workouts, but for me, I needed to add it in here because I could do something like dynamic crunching or whatever, just normal crunches, but for me, I want to do some ab rollouts with the bar. So with that, you put these wheels on the end and it allows you to do that. From there, I'm going to get an item called the Serious Steel Band Guard, and I do have the small size. So there is a large and small size. I'm going with the small here, But what it allows me to do is, one, if I have multiple bands and I'm doing something like putting it over my back or something similar, I can actually keep all the bands together instead of having them kind of flailing around. So when you're trying to get the bands, say, like over your back, if they're separated, it can be a hassle to try and get them over into position. But if you have them all in the band guard, it allows you to easily get over the back, set up, and then ready to do something like a standing chest press. So I also use these for things like kneeling overhead presses, where I put my knees on it instead of getting like a pillow. I can just put this down. It works perfectly fine on top of my platform in order to do the like kneeling overhead press. So I have multiple uses for this. It's mostly used to wrap up the bands and keep them protected, but just know I found a way to use this in multiple ways in my home workout program using the loop bands. Moving on, we have the Harbinger wrist straps. This is also in my dumbbells and bodyweight build, but these are pretty helpful if you want to focus on a lift versus the grip. So something like deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts, as you get stronger and stronger, you may actually want to look into getting something like wrist straps so that the grip is not a factor in your ability to build your legs. So just look out for something like that. I do use it for something like that exercise. I don't need it for too many of them, but make sure that if you're struggling with something like grip and you really want to remove that as a factor and mainly focus on the target muscle, check out these wrist straps as they're pretty cheap and they've lasted me multiple years in multiple different builds. The next item is the Crossgrips by JFlex, which are door frame pull-up handles that are easy to travel with. I actually did it myself, traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast with them. But my main problem right now is that they actually don't work on my door frame, as my door frame cannot support my body weight. It did work in old places I have lived. So that's why I own them. I've owned them for multiple years. I have the exact same ones I originally bought. But the current place I live, the door frames are not sturdy enough. So that's why they're kind of like optional for me right now. But for the build and how this is created, I think these are the best option. I will likely use my 1-2 Fit pull-up bar instead. For this, it's used in my dumbbells and bodyweight setup, and it's a great alternative if you need a standalone. But I like these because they fit in the backpack, so again, it gets out of the way when not using it. But for me, I'll have to see if I go and use the 1-2 Fit pull-up bar, just because the cross grips that I have now don't work with the current place I live. But in the future, if I do move to another place, or I'm traveling or something else that has more sturdy door frames, then I can use them wherever I'm going. So just know, I did use this for multiple years before moving to this current location, but unfortunately I can't use them right now, so I will have to look at an alternative, but I still want to have it in the main build for this resistance band setup. If you'd like to take a look at these and save 15% off your order, you can use code GamerBody at the JFlex checkout page to save that 15%. All right, and the last item I have in this second section is the Cinch Wrap. Now, the ones I have from Amazon no longer exist, but you can find many of the same exact thing for like $5 to $10, somewhere in that range. What I use them for is I put them around the bands when I'm not using it, so it keeps them all together, and then just Velcro so that they just, again, don't come apart, and I can put them easily into my backpack. So take a look at it, see if that can help you, and then you can quickly put them in a backpack, take them out, and keep them nice and tidy. So with that, we have one more item in this list, and it is going to be a door anchor, just in case you want to actually anchor something to your door. Maybe instead of like cross grips, you want to do pull downs, so you don't want to do pull ups, but pull downs. And in that case, I would recommend going with the Boss Fitness door anchor that, again, I've had for multiple years. It is nice, easy, fits in my backpack and everything, and it only costs like $11. So you can't really go wrong there. Take a look at it. It isn't something I use regularly, but I do have it in my build just in case I ever want to use it in my door for an exercise. All right, if you bought the essentials and the extra pieces here, it would come out to a total of $532.72. This is the pricing from Amazon as of December 15th, 2025. Now, this is by far the cheapest home gym build I have. I also have a dumbbell and body weight and a Speediance Gym Monster, which one is like $1,000 and the next one up is like $2,000+. So again, this is by far the cheapest. And I want to go back to this to see how well I can do in 2025. With this, I don't know if I'll go the whole year, but I'd like to at least start the first 3 months and see from there if I want to continue, maybe even looking into other items to improve the build or keep going and see if I can improve the workout, whatever it might be. over 2026. So that is what I'm starting with. Take a look at it. Feel free to leave anything you would add, remove, whatever in the comment section below. And I will see you in 2026 with the workouts with this build.